Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to Edu-Nation, a nation towards education. Now, we will study about Roman numerals, that is chapter number 1 of 5th standard. So, do you know about the Roman numerals? No. Just look at this clock and observe it. What do you observe? In this clock, there are symbols instead of the numbers. So, we will just learn this symbol. This symbol is known as Roman numerals. There are some rules and regulations for writing the Roman numerals. Number first thing, that is I. I is stand for 1. Another one, that is V. V is stand for 5, and that is X. X is stand for 10. So, for writing these symbols, there are 4 rules. We will just say the rules one by one. Just let's see. So, rule number 1. What is the rule number 1? Rule number 1 is that number first, that is if either I or X can be written consecutively 2 or 3 times, then the sum total will be the number they make. For example, if I am writing I here 1 time, which is equals to, that is 1. If I write I for consecutively 2 times, then the number they make is 1 plus 1, which is equals to 2. Can you give me another example? Yes, of course, that is X. If I am writing here X, then it will make, that is 10. If you are writing here X 2 times consecutively 2 times, then it will be 10 plus 10, which is equals to 20. So, it is time to learn second rule. Now, rule number 2, that is I or X can be repeated consecutively for maximum 3 times, and V cannot be repeated consecutively. For example, if I am writing here I for maximum 3 times, you can write this 3, which is equals to 1 plus 1 plus 1, which is equals to, that is 3. What about X? You can write X for 3 times, which is equals to X, X and X, which is equals to 10 plus 10 plus 10, that is 30. But V cannot be repeated for many times, because V plus V equals to, that is 10, but 10 is already given for X. That's why you cannot write V consecutively 2 or 3 times. Simple. Next, that is rule number 3. So the rule number 3 can be stated as if smaller number is written on the right side of the bigger number, then the value of the smaller number should be added in the bigger number. You are not understanding? Just let's take an example. If this is I and this is V, which is greater? Obviously that is V is greater. V means that is 5. 5 is greater than 1. If you are writing 1 right side of the 5, then the value should be added. It means V and I. Simply, this is called as 5 and this is called as 1. It shows there is 6. It's very simple. Don't be complicated with this. Another, I'm taking example. This is example number 1 and this is example number 2. This is V. V means 5. And this is X. X means 10. Which symbol is greater? Obviously that is 10. 10 is greater than 5. So here is I am writing V on the right side of the 10 for X. Right side of the 10. So simply you can calculate that 10 plus 5, which is equals to, obviously that is 15. So this symbol is denoted as 50. Now it's time to learn rule number 4, the last rule of Roman numerals. So in this rule, the thing is that if you are writing smaller number left side of the bigger number, then the value should be subtract from the bigger number. You are not understanding these words? Just take an example. Suppose, what about this? This is 1. And what about this? This is 5. So, if you are writing which number is greater, obviously that is 5. If you are writing 1 on left side of the bigger number or a greater number, then it will be subtract from the bigger number. Suppose that is 5 minus 1, which is equals to 4. Simply, this symbol is denoted as 4. Let's take another example. This is example 1 and this is example 2. This is 1 and this is x. Which symbol is greater? Obviously that is 10. Now I am writing here I and x, that is 1 and 10. So the value should be subtracted from the bigger number. The value of I is 1 and the value of x is 10. You are just subtracting 1 from 10, it will be 9. So this symbol is denoted as 9. Simple. Okay, now we have completed the rules. Now it's time to do the practice set. So we will start practice set number 1 of 5th standard.